Well, hey there, folks. It's Nuclear Skull 87 here. I hope you are all doing fine on this equally wonderful day here on the first day of fall, or the second day of fall. I don't know when it is, the 21st or the 22nd of September. But anyhow, in at least one of today's videos, I'll be doing what I call a game analysis slash playthrough of Mark of the Ninja. Yes, as such, it'll be sort of similar to what I've done in the past, but also very different, as I won't be doing so much a walkthrough, but rather an exploration of what I call subliminal horror themes in the game as I play through each of the individual levels in the game from start to finish. Now, like the other two walkthroughs or playthroughs I've done for this game in the past, this will be done one video per level. That's because, though, each of the different levels in this game have each what I call subliminal horror themes that they have to offer. I'm going to go ahead and hit click to continue. First, I'm going to make sure the game is restarted. Okay. Start game. So obviously the first level we are going to be on today, for those of you who have either played this game or have watched my other walkthrough videos for it, we'll be on Ink and Dreams. You awake to the sound of a bell and gunfire. You must save Azai.
Hey, you. Don't you hear the bell? I'm here to help you. Rule number one, don't get me killed.
Now, for starters, notice this sort of creepy, fiery-looking Asian lighting here. That has a very Far Eastern, Asian kind of horror-looking feel to it. Sort of akin to like a Chinatown setting from a Scooby-Doo episode or movie. That's very awesome. And notice the eerie and creepy music here with its kind of tense and ominous sound. That's just for starters, of course. Notice the lighting and shadowing in this room here. That's very kind of horror movie-ish, albeit in a sort of Asian Far Eastern feel.
We got the one that ran away, sir. They should all be killed or captured now.
And the overall feel, especially in the interior of one of these buildings, has this very Far Eastern Asian horror feel, akin to also like a Mortal Kombat game. Especially something like you might see in Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, or even Mortal Kombat Deception. Even the music reminds me a lot of Mortal Kombat Deception here.
Wait, where's your sword? Stick to the darkness until you find one. Watch out, they're coming this way.
Now notice how dark and shadowy our ninja protagonist that I'm pointing out the arrow there looks. That is another interesting little horror theme, and even the shrub there he's hiding behind has a very shadowy, kind of creepy look to it.
Keep moving.
Especially in this doorway. Notice how dark and shadowy our unnamed ninja protagonist looks when these two guards walk by him, briefly illuminating him. Look at the red and black colors on his clothing as well. It's not until you step in the light that you see what he really looks like.
Hold up. Run, and they'll be able to hear it.
Okay,
see those banners? We could totally sell them.
Now we're going to be crawling to some pretty creepy-looking vents here.
Get under that ledge.
So, something I just want to mention while I'm thinking about it. So, I'm doing a sort of game analysis slash playthrough, as I mentioned at the start of this video. So, I'm doing something a bit akin to what that British film analyst YouTuber Rob Baker is doing with that Bethesda-made medieval fantasy game, Skyrim. So it'll be kind of like that, where I explore the different themes as I play through the level.
There, you can pull yourself up.
Sorry for a little slur of speech there. So now notice the creepy, shadowy look this room has here. Now the scrolls here, Voice of the Hisomu,
A history of the Hisomu clan
doesn't offer much in the way of horror themes, at least not from what I can tell.
500 men lie.
I guess you could say that was kind of
vanquished before Tetsuji takes off his blindfold.
you hurry up? This place is giving me the creeps. Still feels like we're being watched.
Okay, so notice the thing, those things those two guards said down there that I'm pointing at. Things they said is very classic horror movie dialogue. I mean, that's very much like what you would
Good
hear
thing
a
you were out
character
cold.
say in
Looks like
a
they don't
horror
know you're
movie,
alive.
essentially.
Let's keep it that way.
That is, especially those in creepy, sort of haunted settings.
Now you're ready to kill. The beginning of the kill is like embracing a lover. The end, of course, is not.
Just allowing her to say what she was saying there. But now notice how horror movie or
Good
slasher
work.
movie-ish
But
it is.
remember,
When I kill
you
that
have to
guard,
be quick to
guard
catch them.
there, especially with all the blood splurting everywhere, I should say. And now notice how creepy and shadowy and kind of dangled the dead corpse of the guard there looks when I hide him in the door there. Okay, so again, the music, as I said earlier in this video, also conveys that sort of creepy horror element there. And even, especially when you see our unnamed ninja protagonist in a shadowy, dark area, I mean, he looks like an Asian martial arts version almost of like a slasher movie villain. Say, like Michael Myers from Halloween. Okay. Just gonna grab darts. Basic bamboo darts. Good for breaking fragile things and causing a distraction. They will not damage enemies, however.
The ink from your tattoo has honed your senses. Focus your thoughts, and you can freeze time in your mind.
So now, look at how much more creepy and shadowy the room of this building looks. Again, a sort of far Eastern Asian horror feel akin to like a Chinatown setting from a Scooby-Doo episode or movie.
If you need more cover, you could always destroy the lights. But shattering one will make a loud noise, so be ready for them to react.
Now also notice those kind of traditional Asian red lanterns there on that pagoda-like building. That very much, again, as I said before, feels like something you would see in an Asian-flavored episode of a late 60s, early 70s Scooby-Doo episode, albeit slightly more high-tech, but still has that kind of similar Far Eastern flavor. Now notice how the guard reacts to when I destroy the light here with that bamboo dart. He turns around, very much in a fashion similar to how a character would react
Run.
there in a horror movie. So yeah.
What are you doing? Were you gonna walk right up and say hi? Grapple into that tree and we can swing over them.
Okay, so notice the black and shadowy, gnarly appearance of this tree that Aura mentioned here just now while scolding me a bit. That also has a very creepy, gnarly shape like you would see in a classic gothic horror film that I'm pointing at here with the arrow, which I think is awesome. Okay, so notice the character's reaction to when I destroy that light.
Huh? The light's broken.
This whole level is set in nighttime too, so that gives it another extra subliminal horror theme, kind of horror element.
Ah, waste of time.
Ah, waste of time. Just gonna. So that again had a bloody style akin to how you would see Jason Voorhees in a Friday the 13th movie murder someone, murder victim in that movie, that is. Murder a murder victim in that movie, that is. So yeah. Hopefully I was understandable when I said that. But yeah. Just smelling my deodorant there. Another horror movie type kill of a guard there. Now before I grab this treasure here, notice the creepy and shadowy appearance with the two candles on each end of it. With that sort of Egyptian looking dog or cat statue. Those candles also flicker with an eerie light akin to a horror movie as well. And even notice the creepy sound it kind of made when I grabbed it. So yeah. So yes. Grab another piece of artifact or treasure here. Actually, it's called artifact. Okay, so notice that very horror movie kind of style kill there I did of that guard there by dragging him into the vent here. That is very much something more or less like you would see a horror movie villain like Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers do. Notice how dark and shadowy the inside of this building looks.
We snap off a branch to make a weapon, but the tree must bear the wound.
Another creepy looking tree again, this time contrasted color-wise by the red lights of that pagoda-like building in the background.
We need to make him look the other way.
Hey, what was that noise?
Notice the ghostly sound that Oriental Gone made when I shot it, that quiet, eerie, ghostly noise that it made. I'm just gonna hide his body here. Best place to do it anyway. Obviously,
See that door?
building's not
Don't
as
open it
creepy
yet.
or as gnarly looking as
Just
that
lean
other.
against it and try to sense what's on the other side.
And even the ninja's ability to sense what's on the other side of this door is also a kind of a supernatural ability you'd see a horror movie villain like, say, Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees
We
do.
do not fear death. Our lives have been cruel. The clan must always endure.
All right. So again, notice the quiet, eerie, almost haunted, ghostly sound that Asian Pan made when I shot the bamboo dart at it. That's definitely the sound you would hear a haunted Gone making a Scooby-Doo episode, say, set in a Chinatown.
Let's move on.
So yeah. Don't wait for that dude to pass there. That wasn't particularly smart what I did just now. But again, though, that could be another interesting horror movie element. Like a shadowy figure getting briefly illuminated by the lights of someone's gun or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Light amplification, you could
False
say.
alarm, I guess.
And again, notice when the guard said false alarm, I guess. That is another horror movie reaction where a character is a little bit wishful thinking, assuming it was all just harmless. Notice how I destroyed the light there, kind of in a very horror movie fashion. Because now I'm playing sort of mind tricks with the soldiers, much like a slasher movie villain, Michael Myers or
No
Jason
target
Voorhees
over here.
would play mind tricks with the victim he's about to kill. Then, of course, I go in for the kill in classic horror movie style, and then I hide his body. Again, that's sort of something like you would see Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers do in a slasher film. And notice that creepy dragon-like shape that those Asian lights go in. That is very much the kind of horror movie element right there, then, albeit in an Asian fashion. And look at how just shadowy and creepy our protagonist looks in this room, especially with that music. And notice those subtle-looking candles with the subtle flickering light it creates. That's very much a horror movie element there.
I scouted up ahead. They're taking Ninja as hostages, and Master Azai is in trouble. We have to hurry.
Yeah, I know this. And notice how I got the guard's attention there by sounding the sound of that
Something coming from here.
Gone there. So I now go in for the kill, slasher movie style. Gonna leave his body there.
They caught us by surprise.
And gonna do another horror movie kill of this guard here, albeit in a more Asian martial arts sort of way.
This is the end.
This is the end. Okay, so something I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna drop this chandelier by shooting a bamboo dart at it, because I'm gonna drop it on this unaware guard here. And notice that very horror movie victim kind of reaction he had. His reaction was very much like what a victim in a slasher movie like Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street would have to seeing one of the dead corpses of their comrades or friends. And he's having a reaction very akin to sort of
What the hell is this guy?
a murder victim right before he's killed in a horror film. So yeah.
This guy.
Where's this guy?
I want to die. What is this guy?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and hide both of their dead bodies here. Gonna save this guy here.
Don't worry about me. Go save Master Azai.
Go ahead and shatter the site.
Hey, there's someone there.
And something, now that I think about it, a horror movie villain would definitely tend to do is either turn off the light or shatter it like I did there. So that he can kind of
Maybe I'm just here.
exploit the victim's fear of the dark. And that way I can go and
We killed as many as we could, but they overwhelmed us.
Alright. So yeah. Let's make sure there's porn down here. Again, also notice the fact that artifacts tend to be held in eerie, creepy, dimly lit areas of this level. That's another little horror element there. I'm just gonna wait for these dudes to pass. I'm not gonna bother taking them out. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I don't think there's anything else we need to get here. Ouch. That couldn't have felt good. So, the way our protagonist acts is like a martial artsy Asian version of an American slasher movie villain. Again, akin to Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, or Jason Voorhees, as I said before.
You picked the wrong guys to rob, Sensei. It's time for the old man to retire, boys.
Oops, I'm not supposed to show that. Okay, so now I know this is pretty similar to what I've done in the past, but now watch how this guard beating up Master Azai is going to react to when I drop this chandelier on this guard here. Notice how sporadically the guard or soldier is shooting. That is something sort of like you'd see a Marine do in a sci-fi horror film when he seen something that frightens him. Fires the weapon sporadically. So yeah. Alright. And of course, look at how dark and shadowy this room looks. Another subliminal horror theme in this game. Okay, so I believe that will end the video there now that I've completed this map. But so yes, hopefully I didn't repeat the saying of too many things I've noticed time and time again. It was just the best way I knew how to do my analyzing of this video. So yes, so that will, again, as I said just now, end the video there. And remember, folks, if you like this video, please shoot a bamboo dart at that like button below. And if you want to see more of my videos, please slice the subscribe button with the ninja sword there. And I shall see you all when I see you all in the next video, folks. Till then, though, my name is Nuclear Scaldy 7. Goodbye for now.